Hi guys, I hope you are all doing well. Let's see today's question. So today's question we are taking this up from the topic of complex numbers. And if I talk about the question which is given to us here from this topic, the question tells us that we need to find the value of an expression, and the expression, if I write it down, it is given to us as 1 plus sine 2 pi by 9 plus I cos 2 pi by 9, that is divided by 1 plus sine 2 pi by 9 minus I cos of 2 pi by 9, the whole cube. So we need to find the value of this entire expression. And if I talk about the answer choices that we have here for the question, the answers given to us as the options are: first is 1 by 2 with a negative sign and 1 minus I root 3. Second option that is given to us here is minus half root 3 minus I. Third option, half 1 minus I root 3. The last option given to us here is half into root 3 plus I. Now let's try to solve this expression. So if I try to solve this expression, first let's solve the numerator. Let's resolve it first. So 1 plus sine 2 pi by 9 plus I cos of 2 pi by 9. So I'll simplify the numerator first. Similarly, then I'll simplify the denominator, and then we'll put that in this expression and find the value of the entire expression. So let's first resolve this numerator. Here if I see, I can write this sine 2 pi by 9 with the idea of using cos of 90 minus theta. So we already know sine theta, I can also write in terms of cos as 90 minus theta. And this cos of 2 pi by 9, I can also write that as sine 90. Now you might be having a question that how do I understand that we need to use this idea? So what I'm trying to do here is, we already know a data here, a formula that says e raised to I theta is cos theta plus I sine, right? So from this expression, I understand that with I should have sine theta, and without I should have cos theta. So with I'm trying to convert it into terms of sine theta, and without I am trying to convert in terms of cos theta. Now, if I do that conversion, let's understand. So what I get here is cos of 90 minus theta. So 90 in terms of radians, if I write it down, it is, pi by 2. So pi by 2 minus 2 pi by 9 plus I. Instead of cos, if I write that as sine of pi by 2 minus. So this is your entire expression. You get 1 minus cos of. If I solve this, I get 9 pi minus 4 pi. That is 5 pi by 18. So plus, not minus. 1 plus cos of 5 pi by 18 and plus I sine of 9 pi minus 4 pi, again 5 pi by 18. So you again get this entire expression now. Now once you have 1 plus cos, I need only in terms of cos theta here to convert in terms of e raised to I theta. So what I'll do is I'll try to solve this idea. To solve this, what I understand is 1 plus cos 2 theta. We already know the idea for that. Using the double angle formula, 1 plus cos 2 theta is nothing but 2 cos square. So if I use that idea, and for sine also, if I try to make it the same angle, because this angle is becoming half now if I use this idea, right? So to convert it, this angle also into half, I can write that as sine 2 theta as 2 sine theta cos. So I'm using this double angle formulas. So 1 plus cos 2 theta, if I write it 2 cos square theta, it basically becomes 2 cos square. And when it is theta, it's nothing but half of the previous angle, so 5 pi by 8. Plus I sine of 5 pi by 18, you write that as 2 sine of half into 5 pi by 18 and cos of half. So we get this as 2 cos square 5 pi by 36 plus 2I sine 5 pi by 36 cos 5 pi. So from this, if I try to take out something common, I can take out common as 2 and cos of 5 pi by 36. Here also I can take out 2 and cos 5 pi. So if I take out common, I get 1, 2 and 1 cos of 5 pi by 36. And I'm left with cos of 5 pi by 36 plus I sine of 5 pi by 36. So with that, what you get here is 2 cos of 5 pi by 36 into cos theta plus I sine theta. So now once I've converted in the form, I can just use the idea. I can write cos theta plus I sine theta as e raised to I theta. So it becomes e raised to I theta. So it becomes e raised to I 5 pi by 36. So I have just solved this numerator. Now, if you see the denominator, it is safe, right? Just instead of positive in between this, we have a negative sign. So if instead of a positive, if I had a negative sign here, I will have a negative sign here, then here, then here also I'll have a negative sign, here also I'll have a negative sign. And again, when I'm taking 2 cos 5 pi by 36 common, I will have a negative sign here. So I can just write my denominator as, so which was 1 plus sine 2 pi by 9 minus I cos of 2 pi by 9. I can just write that as 2 cos of 5 pi by 36 into, once we have this as cos 5 pi by 36 minus I sine 5 pi by 36, I can write that as e raised to minus I 5 pi. Now, how do I write e raised to minus I? Because if you know the formula here, e raised to minus I theta is cos theta minus I sine. So when I had cos of 5 pi by 36 minus I sine of 5 pi by 36, I just wrote that as e raised to minus I 5 pi by 36. Now once I have my numerator and denominator resolved here, I can just put that in the expression and find the answer for the question which is asked to us. So if I write that down, 1 plus sine of 2 pi by 9 plus I cos of 2 pi by 9 upon 1 plus sine of 2 pi by 9 minus I cos of 2 pi by 9. The whole cubed, I can write that as equal to, here you had 2 cos of 5 pi by 36 e raised to I 5 pi by 36 upon 2 cos of 5 pi by 36 e raised to minus I 5 pi by 36. This is whole cubed. And when this is whole cubed, I can just cancel out 2. I can cancel out cos of 5 pi by 36. So what I get here is e raised to I. 5 pi by 36 gets multiplied and becomes 15 pi by 36. Denominator becomes e raised to minus I, again 15 pi by 36. Now once I take this e raised to minus I theta in the numerator, it also becomes positive and it becomes e raised to I 15 pi by 36 plus 15 pi by 36. And that makes it e raised to I 15 plus 15, that is 30 pi by 36. Now when you have 30 pi by 36, 6 5s are 6 6s are. So with that you get e raised to I 5 pi by 6, that is cos of 5 pi by 6 plus I sine of 5 pi by 6. Now once you have cos of 5 pi by 6 and once you have sine of 5 pi by 6, if I convert 5 pi by 6 into degree form so that you understand better here, you get the angle as 150 degrees. And we already know when we have the angle as 150 degrees, it is in the second quadrant. So when it is in the second quadrant, we can use the idea of pi minus theta. in the second quadrant. So cos 150 degrees, I can write that as cos of 180 minus 150 also. But if I try to write this as cos of 180 minus 150, also not 180 minus 150, 180 minus 30, because I wanted 150, right? So 180 minus 30. So if I write that, pi minus 30 degrees is nothing but pi by 6. Same way I sine of pi minus pi by 6. Now we know when it is pi minus theta, the trigonometric ratios remain same as sine and cos. But if I talk about the sines of them, sine theta in second quadrant is always positive. Whereas if I talk about cos theta in the second quadrant, it becomes negative. So what you get here is minus cos of pi by 6 plus I sine of pi by 6. So sine I'm keeping positive, cos I'm taking negative. Minus cos pi by 6, cos pi by 6 is 30 degrees, cos 30 is root 3 by 2. I sine 30 degrees, it is half. So you get minus half common, and with that you are left with root 3 minus I. If you see the option that matches here with the question, I get the options B matching here as my answer for the question. So I get the answer for the question as option B, and that becomes our answer for the question. I hope you have understood how to solve this type of questions, which deals with the ideas of using the idea of complex numbers. So in this entire question, we have used the idea e raised to I theta as cos theta plus I sine theta. And you use some double angle formulas for compound angles. So you got the answer for the question to owning of. Get the answer also as option B. I hope you have understood how to solve this type of questions. I'll see you again tomorrow with some other topic from some other question. And please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also, share this with your friends who are also involved in this preparation of questions on JW. So they can also take the benefit from these questions which we are solving on a daily basis. Thank you.